Hey everyone, Wyatt Everard here at Hollenshades Automotive, just off Chopper Road in Towson. Tim Hollenshade joining us now again. Welcome back, Tim.
Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you back on the show. And you say here at the shop you've been seeing a problem across many vehicles. Tell us about that.
So with the advent of now, with higher fuel efficiency standards and fuel economy being a focus now of vehicle manufacturers, they've shifted over to most all makes and models are now in some way or another on to direct injection type of motors design. First of all, the positives are definitely increased fuel economy, power and performance, and reduced tailpipe emissions. You know, we all love the environment, and they absolutely have lower emissions. They more completely burn the fuel.
That's a benefit.
Yes.
What's the downside?
So the downside now is carbon. Now what that looks like is we have some pieces here. So first of all, part of that increased fuel economy went to low tension rings. So here we have the three rings on the piston with significant buildup and deposits. Over time, as those deposits build up, the rings no longer hold the tension on the cylinder walls as they were intended, and thus they let oil by. And you know, a driver with this type of car would notice increased oil consumption on even sometimes new vehicles with even less than, you know, a few years or 50,000 miles.
So if that builds up, oil consumption goes up too, which is not what you want.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And then the idea is to prevent that with a cleaning service?
Sure. The first one basically is part of a standard oil change. This will run in the car. It'll get up to temperature. It'll coat those rings. It'll work to break down that carbon. And then, you know, with a little bit of a conditioner that runs in over the course of the next oil change until the following service in 3,000, 5,000 miles, whatever the driver chooses, that'll reduce that carbon buildup on the rings. It'll free them up, and they'll start sealing with the cylinder wall, you know, and reduce oil consumption.
And that brings us to the next area of this problem.
So the next one is, again, with port fuel injection prior, there was, you know, indirectly that fuel was washing the top of the valves. And traditionally fuel was coming in here with the air that was, you know, a hidden benefit that we didn't know for all those years that we were on port fuel injection was the washing of the valves. Deposits that get to this point result in ultimately engine disassembly or replacement.
It seems like the key here is to not ever let it get to that point. What is the way that we can do that?
Absolutely. So just to, you know, what we're talking about today is truly a preventative maintenance task, preserving the performance and the function of your vehicle in a way that will prevent ultimately a much more costly repair down the road. We're going to first tackle the issue with a high strength, again, decarbonating type chemical that's sprayed down through the intake of the motor. And then that's going to be used over the next fuel tank with another high strength chemical that's going to go in through the exhaust. We've seen, you know, some good results, really good results.
And on that front, we know it's a great preventative to prevent that ugly engine buildup, but you say you've had some great results with some of your customers in terms of fuel economy increase?
Sure. You know, we're easily seeing upwards of 3-4 miles a gallon increase over, you know, the next year or so with your vehicle. Ultimately, it's important that this be incorporated as part of somebody's preventative maintenance plan for their vehicle. They're done before these issues become so great that you know, a routine service like this, you know, will no longer be able to take care of the issue.
All right, Tim, well, great information today. Thank you so much for bringing it to us. And remember, if you have any automotive needs, including potentially one of these services, be sure to check out Hollenshades. They're located right off Chopper Road in Towson, Maryland. Hollenshades.com will get you to the right spot. And we'll be back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay here.